You know, I really like tea. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a brand new video on why I no longer play Team Fortress 2 competitive mode for my Rise to the Top series. So for those of you who've been following the channel for a while, I've been doing our Rise to the Top series for Team Fortress 2. And in this series, the goal is, as for all the Rise to the Top series, to finish the game, right? I'm trying to get to the max level of casual mode, trying to get to the max level of comp mode, do all the different MVM tours, get all the achievements, do all the contracts, all that great stuff, right? And I've gotten a lot of that stuff done already, and some stuff I'm still working on. But here's the problem. Okay, I was playing competitive mode for a while, and then some of you noticed that I stopped playing it. And the reason why is what I'm going to discuss today. So the problem with competitive mode in Team Fortress 2 is that it is completely broken. And here's the reason why. In competitive mode, the way the ranking system works is you play 10 matches, and based on your performance in those matches, you get a rank. Okay, and then your performance in subsequent matches will increase or decrease your rank based on how many points you earned, how much stuff you did for your team, but the biggest factor is whether you win or lose, okay? If you win a match, you're going to gain MMR, which is the number that goes up and down and increases or decreases your rank. And if you lose a match, you're going to lose MMR. You're not going to lose a match and then gain MMR. You're not going to win a match and then lose MMR. Doesn't happen. Now, the amount you gain or lose whenever you win or lose is dependent on your performance in the game, but it's also dependent on one other very important factor. The main factor that impacts how much MMR you either lose or gain is the MMR of your teammates and the team you are playing against. Okay, this is where it gets tricky. So let's say that I have an MMR of 2,000, okay? And I, as a 2,000 MMR player, are playing against a team of people that's primarily has an MMR of 1,800. If I beat that team, I am not going to gain very much MMR because I'm expected to beat them because they're a lower MMR. But if they beat me, they're going to gain a whole bunch because I'm way higher than them. They shouldn't be able to beat me. It's the same if you lose. If I was to lose against an 1,800 MMR team, then I would lose a bunch of MMR. But if they lost against me, they're not really going to lose a whole lot, right? So far, sounds like a pretty decent balanced system, right? There's one problem though. The problem is the ranks are not only not reflective of your skill as a player, they are also not balanced because the player base for comp mode is so low. See, in theory, there should be enough players in competitive mode so that the coordinator can match players of a similar rank. In other words, if I am, have an MMR of around 1,800 and have a rank of, like, say, Executioner, Death Executioner 3 or whatever, right? The game should rank me with other players of a very similar rank, and it should have the enemy team be compiled of players of a very similar rank. The problem is there's not a high enough player base to do that, so it will just match you with whoever. You might be playing against players that are higher than you might be playing against players that are lower than you. It's completely random. And since everybody's rank is kind of random and not just based purely off of skill, then you could be playing against a lower level player that's the same skill as you, and you lose to him, or maybe he's even a lower skill to you, but you lose to him because your team is goofing off, or you're just not doing very well, or they just win because they just did better that match. You're gonna lose a whole bunch of MMR and not really gain any, even though there's no real reason that you should be punished for doing that. That's the problem with this system. There's not enough players to actually make it a workable system. So the problem with this is, if I start off, let's say I play my 10 matches and I get 1,800 MMR starting off, okay? And then I go up and play matches against a bunch of low-level players with a lower MMR. Well, unless I win a disproportionate amount of the time, my MMR is just going to decrease, right? And I can't win a disproportionate amount of the time because that's all based off of who I'm matched against, who I'm matched with, as far as random players are concerned, right? How well our team does, whether the other team is a cheater, whether we have a cheater, a lot of different variables. But let's say that I play 5 matches, okay? I win 3 of them, I lose 2, okay? if I'm playing against lower level players and I win 3 matches, I am going to get maybe 8 to 17 MMR per winning match. But if I lose, I'm probably gonna lose about 24 to 45 MMR. No joke, right? So I win 3 matches, okay? Let's say that I lose, or let's say that I win, like, let's put it down the middle. Let's say 12 MMR each match, okay? 12 times 3, 36 MMR. I lose 2 matches, 1 match, 20 MMR. I've lost most of my game. Next match, 20 MMR. I'm now 14 in the hole. I would have to win at least 1 more match to even get even, right? And that's kind of unlikely that you're gonna win, 3 out of every 5 matches because there's too many variables at play. That's the problem with the competitive mode system. The ranking system doesn't work. It's not based off of skill. It's mostly just based out of luck. Whoever wins, whoever's matched with good teammates wins. It's not really based off of skill. And so it's nearly impossible to rise to the top and get to the max rank unless you just kind of get lucky. Add to that there's not a big player base, so it takes forever to get into a match anyway, and the fact that you can't kick cheaters, the fact that you can't kick people for trolling, the fact you really have no control over that at all. So you've got a game mode where the ranking system is very imbalanced, okay? Because if you're a high-level player and you lose, like, even just occasionally, you're not going to gain rank at all. It takes forever to even get in a match, right? And I would usually just queue for a match while I was playing casual, because now you can queue for one type of match while you're playing another. So that's great, but even when I do get into a match, which is rare, if I lose, my MMR goes for no reason, and I have to win, 3 or 4 matches to get back to where I was. And you can't win that many matches in that kind of a game mode. I don't care how good you are. If you're not cheating, you can't do that because it's all based off of the team that you're working with, the other 5 people on your team. So Valve comp mode is just broken. What they should do is they should have a system where you gain or lose MMR or experience or whatever, and it increases and decreases your rank based off of how well you perform, but not in contrast to what the other players, how well they're performing, because it doesn't really matter, right? They shouldn't penalize you because you're matched to players of a lower rank, because they're not matching you at a rate where the rank is anywhere consistent. It's just super random. So you're going to be penalized or rewarded just based off of this random ranking that makes no sense, right? It doesn't make any sense at all because it's all just totally random. So what they should do is they should revise the ranks and the whole matchmaking system to, you do this amount of points of damage, this amount of points of healing, you get this amount of points of MMR. And then if you lose the match, you do less. If you're not doing as well as, like, say, your different teammates, it goes down less. But the idea is that as people work and they play competitively and they do well, they should be rewarded with increased rank. If they're playing poorly, they're being a troll, it goes down. If you get a matchmaking ban, right, because you left the match early, or because you were reported and discovered to be a cheater, should also go down. In fact, if you're a cheater, it should be reset, but that's a whole nother story. So basically the whole matchmaking system, the whole XP, ranking, MMR, that's all broken. The whole progression system in comp mode is broken. So that's why I'm no longer playing it. And unless Valve fixes the game mode, I'm not going to do it as part of the Rise to the Top series, because it's not possible to rise to the top. It's essentially a broken game mode, and I'm not going to do a broken game mode for our series because it's broken. What do you expect me to do, right? In casual mode, you earn points based off of your performance and your rank goes up. It doesn't just go down, right? It's not possible for it to go down at all. And I'm not saying that's what it should be for comp mode, but it should be a lot more similar to casual than what it currently is, because the current system just doesn't work. Now, some of you might say, well, Valve should just make comp mode better so more people will want to play it. And I agree with you, they should do that, but that's not going to fix the issue, because they would need so many players to play comp mode for this system to work. It's just not going to happen. Most people play third-party comp, or they're just not interested in comp at all. And even if you were to improve comp mode to where a lot of people who would play comp would be like, hey, I'm going to check this out and play it, most people who would play that, it's still not going to be enough to make the current system work. So you need to revise the current matchmaking, well, not just the matchmaking system, but the whole current progression system to work with your limited player base that you currently have. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Nobody's going to play your really bad game mode. So do I think those changes are going to happen? Unfortunately, no, because Valve has just kind of abandoned TF2 at this point, and I really don't think they're going to improve competitive mode, especially since they already overhauled it, which did improve it, but also just still left us with this broken system. So that stinks, and I hate that because I really do enjoy comp mode when everything works correctly, and I really want to do as part of this series, get to the maximum comp rank. But I can't. I can't because, you know, level, progression, you know, progression of any point without sheer luck or cheating is impossible. You really just can't progress. I've tried. I've done everything I could, even when I play well and do really good, even when I'm like one of the top guys on my team. I'm playing with a crappy team, I still lose a bunch of MMR because my rank is higher than everybody else. Once my rank goes lower than everybody else, I would start gaining rank, but, you know, then what's the point? As soon as it gets higher again, I'm gonna start losing more. You know, it's this never-ending, just crappy sink to the bottom. It's not a rise to the top, it's just sink to the bottom. So, yeah, so I'm not gonna play comp mode. Now, some people have said, well, Cass, why don't you play third-party comp? You know, that's what most people do, why don't you play that for your series? Well, here's the thing. For the Rise to the Top series, I traditionally only want to play official game modes, right? Comp mode is an official game mode for Valve. It's the official competitive mode for Team Fortress 2. And so to play competitive Team Fortress 2, my goal was just to get to the max rank. And you can't really quite do that with third-party comp because, you know, I mean, they have their medals and stuff that you can earn for different seasons. Sure, you know, they have their different stuff that you can do. That makes sense, right? The problem is it's all based off of seasons. The medals and stuff, they don't really have like this peak thing that you can go to, this sort of a max thing that you could finish, at least not any that I have personally seen. And so I'm just not really gung-ho on that whole operation. Valve does support it, like they're the ones who've, you know, worked on the medals and designed them and stuff. But recently they even said, hey, we're not accepting any more designs for new medals. So I don't even really know how much longer that's gonna even last. So yeah, I'm just not really gung-ho on the whole third-party thing. Once we finish casual mode, and we're done with that part of the series, if I can find a competitive mode where it actually has this top sort of rank that you can aim for, this type of completionist finishing point, I might seriously give that a go. I might definitely consider doing that. So yeah, so that's basically it, guys. I wanted to explain to you why I no longer play competitive mode. Do I think you should play competitive mode? Absolutely not. Competitive mode in this game is trash. I've tried so hard to like it, to support it. I wanted to give comp mode an actual player base. I wanted to help kind of get people to play it and have a player base. I actually organized my own little sort of comp team with other TF2 players. You know, we'd all queue up together in comp mode and try and work together. You know, I suffered through the long queue times, the cheaters, the trolls, the people you couldn't kick, just so many different problems, right? And eventually it was kind of like, okay, you know what? I think we can do this. I think we can kind of work around these problems. But then it turns out their really awful progression system just completely messes you up. If you want to be good and play well as a competitive player, you can't, because their progression system will just decrease your rank for no reason other than that the arbitrary rank of somebody else with not much of a skill difference, or even a higher skill from you, has a lower rank, and you know, you lose against them, your rank goes lower. It's a bad system, doesn't work, it needs to be changed. And unless it's changed, I have no intentions of playing this game. So yeah, that's pretty much the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it, hope you all understand my position on it. I'd love to hear your position if you'd like to leave a comment below. And if you have any comp leagues or whatever that you think I would enjoy or check out or that would be good for this series, let me know down in the comments and I will check out some of them and see if maybe they would make a good addition for our playthrough series of Team Fortress 2. But for now, I'm primarily just going to be playing casual mode in videos and in streams and all that other good stuff. And we're going to have fun with that because casual mode, pretty decent progression system. And there's definitely an end goal for that at the maximum level, which is tier 8, 150, or 1200, however you want to look at it. So thank you again, everybody, for watching. Till next time, I am your host, Cascarte Utica. This has been Team Fortress 2, my opinion on comp mode and all that other crap. And yeah, until next time, I will see you all at the top.
There goes a sight from my soul.